So today I'm going to be doing a review on the new Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look in a Palette 5-minute Face on the Go palette. This is a full face palette. It has a bronzer, highlighter, 2 blushes, and then 3 eyeshadows in it. And there's a couple of things that I was trying to figure out whenever I was wanting to purchase it that I want to address in this video. So this is $75. I ordered mine off of Net-a-Porter, which is a UK brand that ships to the US. And it was free shipping, and it got here in 3 days or something like that. It was very quick shipping. I was originally going to buy it from Nordstrom, but it was sold out at the time I was ordering mine. So I'll put a couple different links down below if I can find it, because I know it's getting restocked and sold out at different times from different places. And this is $75 US. The other thing I was wanting to know whenever I was looking this up was I couldn't find on any of the websites how much product was actually in here, how much you were getting for the money. So based off of what it says here, there is 22 grams of product in this palette. And just for reference, this palette has 5.2 grams. This is just her basic eyeshadow quad that she does, and I believe these are right at $50 or maybe like $52. But these are, I believe, the same quality of eyeshadows. Obviously, you don't get one of these like shimmery ones. But I think as far as these 3, it's the same quality of eyeshadow that is in the face palette. Also, just for reference, the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette, that's super popular for good reason. This palette is a total of 16 grams, so that means you get 8 grams of each of these products in this palette. And this is the same bronzer. I'm going to test and see if it's the same highlighter in a little bit. In the palette, for the face palette, you get 6 grams of each, and in this one you get 8 grams of each. So this is $68, whereas this is $75, so you may be interested in picking this up instead of picking this up. Just kind of depends on what you already have and what you're looking for. So the packaging for this is kind of like all the rest of her packaging. It's this pretty kind of dark maroon color with the rose gold foiled writing. It has information, just general information about each of the eyeshadows. I don't believe there are any there's no names for any of the products. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is what the packaging looks like once you open it. And it looks just like a much bigger version of the eyeshadow quads. It's very similar packaging. Even on the back, it's like the same kind of a sticker with the layout and information. So very similar packaging, very nice packaging. This is what the palette looks like. You can see each one is numbered 1 through 7. You get 3 eyeshadows, a bronzer, a highlight, and then 2 blushes. So it's number 1 is Eye Brighten, number 2 Eye Enhance, number 3 Eye Smoke, number 4 is Face Bronzer, number 5 is Cheek Swish, number 6 is Cheek Pop, and then number 7 is Face Highlight. I know this is the same as the bronzer that's in the Filmstar Bronze and Glow Duo, because she's mentioned that. I've looked up swatches and it doesn't appear that this is the same. It looks a little bit lighter and brighter, but I'll also include swatches of the 2 highlighters next to each other. I don't own all the eyeshadows or any of the blushes, so I'm not sure, and I wasn't able to find if those are the same as any of her other palettes. So the first thing I'm going to test is just to see if this really is a 5-minute face palette. I'm not including eyebrows, foundation, mascara, any of that, because I feel like that is kind of up to you. I'm going to just stick to the products that she's provided in the palette and see if I can put them all on my face in 5 minutes. Alright, so I'm starting the timer right now. First I'm going to go in with my MAC brush on the bronzer. And this brush works pretty well with this palette because you can kind of keep it just on that bronzer shade. That's another issue I kind of have with these kind of palettes. It's just that sometimes the pans are too small to really be used for what they should be used for. So I'm just kind of doing a general bronzing of the face. I'm going to put the leftovers on my neck and on the sides of my nose just to kind of keep myself from looking quite as pale as I am. Let me make sure I blend everything out. Next I'm going into the blushes, and I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to just kind of pinch it and go into first number 5. And I'm going to apply this to swish it across my cheeks like she says to. So I think this one's kind of like your base blush. Now I'm going to go into number 6, which is the Cheek Pop. And that one I believe you just apply to the cheek, what is it called? Just your cheeks, the front of your cheeks. Apples, the apples of your cheeks. Now I'm going to go in with number 7 highlighter. I'm now realizing I did the face products before the eye products, but I feel like it won't affect the time or anything. I am currently at 3 minutes, so I'm doing pretty well because I'm almost done with the face stuff. I'm going to just kind of apply that there. Alright, now to start with the eyeshadow. I'm first going to go in with number 1, Eye Brighten, and this is a Morphe 433 brush. It's a dupe for a MAC 217, and I'm going to just put that all over my eye, all the way up to the brow bone and in the inner corner, just to kind of brighten and set as a base for the entire eye look. Now with a MAC 239 brush, I'm going to go into Eye Enhance, and I just put this all over my lid. This is a very subtle shade, and all of these shades are pretty subtle as far as the eyeshadows. And so that's one thing I do wish that the palette had, was something a little more dramatic. Although I do believe this is just for an everyday palette. So if you ever travel with this, you may want to bring like just one other small darker eyeshadow, or just another little small palette, just so you have a couple other options. Now I'm going to go in with another Morphe 433 brush. I'm going to go into number 3, Eye Smoke. And this one, I'm going to just kind of put on the outer corner and work into the crease. I saw that Charlotte Tilbury did a video where she did a day to night look with this. And I believe she just used this color pretty much all over and then did an eyeliner. So that's really the only way I can see this going from day to night, is because this isn't even really that dark of a shade. I'm like really trying to build it up to make it have any drama. Now I'm going to go under my eyes with the Eye Smoke color, just to give it a little bit of extra definition. Alright, so that is right at 5 minutes, and I was able to get all of the products on my face with a pretty decent look. I think I was able to pretty much blend everything out. I didn't feel super duper rushed, and I think I could have probably gone quicker if I just wasn't talking and having to dig through a makeup bag, if everything was laid out like it usually is at my vanity. So yeah, I definitely think this is a 5-minute face palette, and I'm going to just kind of move on to the swatches. Alright, so for the swatches we have number 1, Eye Brighten. Number 2, Eye Enhance. Number 3, Eye Smoke. Number 4, the bronzer. 5, Cheek Swish. 6, Cheek Pop. 7, Face Highlighter. Right here I've put the Filmstar Bronze and Glow swatches as well. So you can see this is a more golden highlight, although they are very similar. And then the bronzers are the same. So I would say if you're interested in the Filmstar Bronze and Glow and you're interested in this palette, maybe go for this palette, because the products are very similar and you get very close to the same amount. Alright, so now I put on all my other makeup. I just threw on some eyeliner and mascara and a little bit of brow gel and lipstick. But yeah, I really think this is totally worth it. If you've been wanting to try some Charlotte Tilbury products and you just don't really know where to start, I think this is a very good place to start. And then if you've been torn between the two of these, the highlighters are a little different. I don't think they're that different that it's worth picking up this instead of this. I would say if you're not interested in the blushes or the eyeshadows, get this. This is much more, I don't know, it's just easier to use because of the bigger size of the pans if you're just wanting the bronzer and the highlighter. If you're wanting to try the blushes and eyeshadows from Charlotte Tilbury, then pick this up, because it's just a better value for trying out so many different products. So yeah, I'm super enjoying this so far. I think if you're someone who really likes dramatic looks, you'll want to, of course, pair it with some eyeliner or a different eyeshadow palette just to kind of mix in with this, especially if you're going on a trip and you don't want to just wear these 3 eyeshadows every single day. For someone who just really isn't that into trying tons of different makeup, or you just kind of stick to the same routine every day, I really think this would be a good product for you, because it's very simple, very quick, especially for trying to get ready really quick before work or school. I think this is a good product. As far as the whole like throwing it in your purse, touching up throughout the day, I personally won't do that. I like to keep my more expensive makeup kind of in its safe spot at my house. I probably will use it for traveling just because it does work so well, and I keep my makeup bag in a carry-on that I keep on the plane with me. If you're someone who you don't wear makeup to work or school and you want to put it on later, or if you just like to touch up your makeup throughout the day, I do think this would be very nice to keep with your backpack, purse, any of that. For me personally, I probably won't. I think this is a awesome palette. I think it has a very basic range of colors. There's nothing too crazy or exciting about it. It's just your good basic neutral palette, and it has pretty much everything in it. Like even other palettes I've tried, like I have the Hourglass Edit palette, which this one I think has 0.049 ounces of product. So you get way more product in this than this does, but you just get face products in this. I really like how you get eye products as well in this, because then you can just pack this. Alright, well that is all my thoughts on the Charlotte Tilbury face palette. I do really think this is an awesome palette. If you are in the US and you're wanting to get your hands on this, I'll be putting some links down below of where I've seen it available, and hopefully one of them will work for you. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.